And today I want to talk about Portacasts. First off, there's other types of central lines. Me and my doctors went over the pros and cons. There's PICC lines, which are inserted into your arm, normally right around here. The tails remain, and you can't get it wet at all. They can last months normally with regular flushing. There's a risk of them being pulled out, and there's a risk of breakage in the tubing with clamping in the same spot over and over again. And then there's also midlines, which are similar to the PICC line, but they do not go as deep into your heart. Some people get fissulas, which is normally used for like dialysis. These can last up to 10 years. You have to let them heal for 3 to 4 months before use. It just makes it a stronger vein. There's no heavy lifting if you have one of those. And then this has a high blood clot risk, so they normally will not do it. Now, with Portacasts, they actually have the lowest of blood clot risk and the lowest risk for infection, which makes them a good option for people who need them. On top of that, it's normally in your chest. Can't play contact sports when you have one. You can swim, but only when it's not accessed, as well as bathing, so it's okay like getting it wet. This can last up to years. My doctor said on average they last about 5 years, but with some people who aren't getting access all the time, it can last up to 10 years, and this is a Maya. You can stay access up to 7 days, as long as everything goes well. So you don't have to keep changing the needle and get sick multiple times. But you have to have surgery again to get it removed. They're normally just under the collarbone. They're semi-permanent. Some of the pros and cons of central lines are, the pros are continuous treatment. You can have at-home health treatment, IV medications, a lot of IV access. It saves your veins for later in life. You can do slower infusion rates because you can do them at home. You can also do your infusions at night instead of being up during the day to do them. They're also good for people with needle anxiety. Even though you still get a needle in your chest, you don't have to get multiple pricks. Normally get it right away with easy vein access. Most professional nurses know how to access ports and can get it on the first try. They're actually not supposed to move it around and stuff. So if they don't get it on the first try, they have to completely try over. And it's sometimes better for people's body image. Because if you get poked a lot, you bruise a lot. Like, get bruises here and here. This isn't from being poked, but I bruise easily. And they're from my dog. Some of the cons are there is a high risk of blood clots as well as infection risk. More serious infections are like blood infections because it is going straight to your heart. But some infections, you can get skin infections a lot too. People get sensitivities to a lot of like the adhesives. Still needles with ports, though the other types don't have it. Can get some pain. With actually getting the surgery, some people will get their lung punctured. It's rare, but it does happen. With some terms that come with ports are power port, which is for high injection pressure, which is normally used for MRIs with contrast or other imaging where they have to use contrast. Or a double lumen, which is multiple port accesses, so sometimes they have the 2 holes. The whole thing is the port. The middle part where they actually stick the needles in is the spectrum, and then the other part is the catheter that goes into your vein. To actually get the surgery, either a general surgeon or an interventional radiologist, I think I'm saying that right. It's under twilight sedation. The area is cleaned and around your neck and your chest, because there's normally 2 incisions. They are normally on the right side unless there's a reason you can't get on the right side, and if you can't, you need to tell your doctor that, and then they might put it on the left. Normally they either use glue or absorbable stitches, so you don't have to get stitches removed afterwards. Pain can last for up to 48 hours. You can use them right away if it's emergency vein access, and that's why they're doing it. But normally, my doctor says you should wait at least 2 weeks to let it fully heal before you use it. I'm actually getting port surgery on Monday, so I'm a little nervous. But my doctor and my nurses already say my veins are pretty bad. They're already having to stick me 3 or 4 times and having to dig. Saline infusions for my POTS, as well as I get a lot of blood work. So we'll see how this goes, and hopefully it was okay. I might make another video later on about protocol, though with my doctor, he prefers that I do it at the infusion center until I'm used to having a port, because he feels that that's the more safe option. He says a lot of infections come from emergency rooms when they're rushing, and secondly, people who aren't as trained in ports will make protocol issues. Subscribe if you're interested. All right, well, thanks. Bye.